Let's be real. When you think of living the dream, the first places that come to mind are probably the US, Western Europe, or maybe Australia. You know, the shiny, glamorous spots where everything seems to be bigger, better, and more expensive. Big salaries, skyscrapers scraping the sky, and that never-ending hustle of working hard just to keep up with the Joneses. The West has long been the gold standard for what constitutes a high quality of life, right? But here's the kicker. Malaysia, a country many people wouldn't even consider as an alternative, is offering a lifestyle that's not only more affordable, but also less stressful, more balanced, and frankly more rewarding in some ways than the Western dream. Lower costs, better work-life balance, safer cities, and a cultural richness that puts many Western capitals to shame. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, Malaysia. The same place known for its beaches and street food. Yep, exactly. So before you roll your eyes, hear me out. The West's best idea is about to get a serious reality check. Number 1, quality of life. It's not just about the money. When we think of quality of life, we often focus on factors like lifestyle, culture, safety, and personal well-being. Western countries tend to top these lists thanks to higher income levels and advanced infrastructure. But Malaysia, with its rich, multicultural society and laid-back approach to living, is giving the West a run for its money. While Western countries may be known for their high salaries and developed infrastructure, Malaysia offers something different. Life in the West is often fast-paced and competitive, with a focus on career success and material wealth. In contrast, Malaysia offers a more relaxed pace of life. The country's blend of Malay, Chinese, Indian, and indigenous cultures creates a vibrant, diverse atmosphere. Imagine walking through the streets of Kuala Lumpur, enjoying a variety of street foods from spicy nasi lemak to Chinese dim sum, while soaking in the city's unique blend. Life in Malaysia is about balance with more emphasis on family and leisure than simply working to live. In the West, life can often feel driven by ambition and social pressures to achieve, leading to higher stress and burnout. The sense of community in Malaysia, rooted in its diverse traditions and festivals, is a stark contrast to the more individualistic, achievement-focused cultures of the West. Safety is another area where Malaysia shines. In Western countries, crime rates can vary significantly between cities, but many major cities in the US and Europe experience high rates of violence and property crimes. In 2022, for example, the US had a violent crime rate of 388 incidents per 100,000 people, while Malaysia's rate was about half that at 211 per 100,000 people. This means that in terms of violent crime, Malaysia is statistically safer than many Western cities. While no place is entirely free from crime, Malaysia's political stability and general sense of security provide residents with a peaceful living environment that is often difficult to find in large, busy Western cities. The political climate in Western countries can sometimes be volatile with protests and unrest, but Malaysia is largely stable, making it an attractive option for those seeking security. In addition, Malaysia's work-life balance is another appealing feature. While many people in Western countries work long hours to meet their professional goals, life in Malaysia is generally more relaxed. The standard work week in Malaysia is 45 hours, but the overall culture places more value on time spent with family and friends, which contributes to a more balanced lifestyle. In the West, particularly in the US, the long hours and hustle culture can leave individuals with little time for personal enjoyment or relaxation, contributing to stress and burnout. Number 2, the hidden value of Malaysia. Malaysia's hidden value becomes even clearer when we consider its expat community and the growing opportunities in the country. Thousands of Westerners have moved to Malaysia and are thriving. For many, it's not just about affordability. Malaysia offers a quality of life that rivals Western standards, but at a fraction of the cost. Expats often cite the country's affordable healthcare, vibrant culture, and high standard of living as key reasons for choosing to relocate. Furthermore, Malaysia is quickly becoming a hub for digital nomads and entrepreneurs. The government has introduced initiatives like the Digital Nomad Visa, which allows foreign professionals to live and work remotely in Malaysia. This is just one example of how Malaysia is positioning itself as an attractive destination for tech professionals and digital entrepreneurs. Malaysia's growing tech scene, particularly in cities like Kuala Lumpur and Panjang, offers emerging opportunities for investment, networking, and business development. While Singapore and Hong Kong may be better known as tech hubs in Southeast Asia, Malaysia is steadily carving out a space of its own with a more affordable cost of living and growing infrastructure. Economy, with its digital economy, valued at $4.6 billion in 2021 and projected to grow by 10% annually in the coming years. For those looking to tap into emerging markets, Malaysia is an increasingly appealing place to be. Beyond work opportunities, Malaysia offers an undeniable advantage when it comes to financial independence and retirement planning. In Western countries, especially in places like the US, retirement can be an expensive and uncertain endeavor, with many people finding it difficult to save enough for a comfortable life after work. But in Malaysia, the lower cost of living makes financial independence more attainable. The cost of living in Malaysia is far lower than in Western countries, meaning that experts and retirees can enjoy a higher standard of living while saving more money for the future. For example, an American expert living in Malaysia can comfortably cover their living expenses with just $2,000 a month, compared to the $4,000 or more it would take to live similarly in the US. With lower costs for groceries, dining, and entertainment, it's easy to see why Malaysia is becoming a popular destination for those looking to retire early or live more comfortably on a fixed income. And number 3, cost of living. When it comes to the cost of living, Malaysia provides an enormous advantage over Western nations. Housing costs, in particular, are much lower in Malaysia. In major Western cities like New York or London, the average home price can easily exceed $500,000 with monthly rent in the city center, often topping $2,000 for a one-bedroom apartment. In contrast, you can buy a high-end condo in Kuala Lumpur for around $200,000 and rent a one-bedroom apartment in the city center for as little as $400 per month. These differences in real estate prices make home ownership in Malaysia far more accessible compared to the Western world. Even when it comes to daily expenses, Malaysia continues to offer significant savings. A meal at an inexpensive restaurant in Kuala Lumpur costs around $3, while the same meal would set you back about $15 in New York or London. Public transportation in Kuala Lumpur is also much cheaper, with a monthly transport pass costing around $10 compared to $100 or more in Western cities. Healthcare in Malaysia is another area where the country offers more value. In Western nations, healthcare costs can be astronomical even with insurance. In the US, for instance, a single night in a hospital can cost anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000. In Malaysia, however, healthcare is not only high quality but also very affordable. A visit to a private clinic may cost just $10 to $20, and even a hospital stay is a fraction of what it would cost in the West. This is a major draw for retirees and experts who may need medical care, but don't want to face the steep costs associated with healthcare in the US or Europe. Education is another area where Malaysia offers significant savings. International schools in Western countries often charge upwards of $20,000 per year in tuition, while in Malaysia, the cost is typically between $5,000 and $10,000 annually. So, is Malaysia really better than the West? So, what's the takeaway here? Maybe it's time to question the narrative we've been sold that the West is the only place where success and quality of life truly happens. Malaysia might just be proving that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's not just about being able to afford a fancy house or a nice car. It's about how much life you can actually live when you're not drowning in expenses and stress. So ask yourself this: what's your definition of a great life? Is it the one that's constantly chasing more, more, more? Or is it one that allows you to breathe, enjoy the moment, and still build a comfortable future? Malaysia might just be the place where that balance becomes a reality. It's easy to get caught up in the usual destinations, but maybe it's time to start thinking beyond the cliches. After all, the world is a big place. Why limit yourself to just what's familiar? At the end of the day, Malaysia isn't just a place to live. It's a reminder that sometimes the good life is found where you least expect it. Now,